Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to show you the most sport-inspired version of the all-new Kona, the Kona N-Line. So as you may already know, the 2024 Kona is all new in its next generation, and with it comes several changes over the previous generation, including more features on every trim level, new features never before found on the Kona or many subcompacts currently offered on the market, as well as a physically larger body, which makes it much more usable on a day-to-day basis. Now, the N-Line in specific did exist in the previous generation. It was the more sporty offering, which it still is with the 1.6 liter turbo and more aggressive styling, but I would say this Kona certainly takes it up a notch over the previous generation with the very aggressive front, side, and rear fascias, the unique body color cladding across the Kona lamp, as well as that new N-inspired rear spoiler, which is certainly fairly aggressive for a vehicle like this, but it all ties in very nicely. Now, if you're curious about other trim levels of the all-new Kona, make sure to check out some of the other dedicated videos I have here on the channel, including other walkarounds on other trims, my likes and dislikes with the Kona Limited, as well as my driving impressions and everything like that. Now, finally, when it comes to pricing, the N-Line itself starts at $33,485, including destination and all-wheel drive. The white one seen behind me is an extra cost paint color, so that brings the total MSRP just up a little bit on this particular Kona behind me, but still comes in just over $34,000. Now, the Kona in front of us is finished in the Atlas white exterior with the black and red two-tone interior option. This is going to be the only interior option available no matter what exterior you do pick. Now, starting at the front end of the N-Line, immediately you can see some of the exterior cosmetic changes, which are much more aggressive versus that of some of the other trims. Now, every Kona for 2024 is going to come standard with LED projector headlights, and you will find the LED daytime running lights in that horizon strip at the top. Incandescent turn signals are found just below the headlights, unless you opt for the top limited trim, which does make those LEDs as well. Now, you can see tons of gloss black accents across the middle section of the bumper. It is entirely different versus the other trims. You have the gunmetal gray accents around the top portion, and you do retain the dynamic grille shutters just above the license plate, which do open and close depending on the cooling needs of the vehicle. Speaking of that horizon strip though, this one does not illuminate the entire width of the vehicle, as that is only found on the top limited. So you do have the outer portions which illuminate for the running light. You do get the flat stainless steel Hyundai logo, which looks fantastic, and personally I think is a huge upgrade from before. And you will find the N-Line specific badging here on the passenger side of the front bumper, just to signify again that this is the more sporty version. Now, coming around to the side of the N-Line, immediately you can see the N-Line features the body color or paint match cladding, which I think is a huge upgrade over some of the other Konas, like that yellow Neoteric one up there, which has the standard of black. I think the body color looks great, and I think in some of the other colors would certainly pop as well. Now, speaking of the exterior paint, the N-Line is also available in a two-tone roof option, which essentially makes the upper part of the vehicle the black roof and the bottom the different body color. I believe that is available with this white, red, and one of the gray exteriors, if I'm not mistaken. I'll go ahead and put that information up on the screen, but you can get certain colors in a two-tone roof option, as well as the solid one color, which this vehicle is in front of us. Now, coming to the wheels and tires, this is going to be the N-Line specific 19-inch alloy wheel with a machine dark gunmetal gray finish. You can see the N specific center cap. These are wrapped in 235/45 19-inch Kumo Majesty G all soleless tires, so a fairly nice high quality all season. There you can see the N-Line badging here on the two front fenders. All N-Lines will come with gloss black mirror caps with your LED turn signal integration. No puddle lights or camera lights on the bottom, but they are going to be heated, and it does have blind spot detection as standard. You have Hyundai Digital Key 2 proximity entry on two front door handles, so this does support iOS as well as Android compatible devices, as well as the standard proximity entry key fob. And you can see some of the nice aggressive styling bits, including that gloss black rear spoiler, which we will touch on when we get to the back of the vehicle. Now, coming up top, this does feature the satin black roof rails as well as the power sunroof. This is the first or the cheapest model to get the power sunroof, as this is not available on some of the SEL or SEL convenience vehicles. Now, coming out back, you can immediately see some of the more aggressive styling elements that were found in the front of the vehicle will continue in the back, including the rear bumper. But starting out, immediately you can see the N-inspired gloss black, very aggressive rear spoiler. This is very similar to vehicles such as the Veloster N or the Elantra N that have a spoiler that sticks up, just several inches over the standard one. And I think this looks fantastic, but certainly may not be for everybody. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. In addition to that, you do have the lower rear bumper design, which has some of the gunmetal or dark silver accents that wraps around the entire side of the vehicle with the aggressive diffuser fins. This does have a visible dual tip exhaust over there on the passenger side. And in terms of lighting, you do have some LED lighting out back with your LED running lights that span across the width of the vehicle. The brake lights are going to be LEDs as well, but the turn signals and reverse lights are going to be the incandescent bulb design. There's your Kona finished in the stainless steel flat design. There's your rear backup camera as well as the H-Track and 1.6 liter turbo here on the side because this is available with either front wheel drive or all wheel drive. So overall, I think the design looks fantastic, especially with the visible exhaust tips here on the passenger side. But you guys will have to let me know down in the comment section below, is this your favorite version of the all new Kona, or is there another trim which does it a little bit better for you? Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the window stickers so you guys know exactly how this one is equipped, and then we'll jump onto the interior. Now take a look at the window sticker. The N-Line comes pretty much as one package. There's no additional features or options. It does include a lot of nice amenities and is that first trim level. You do get the power sunroof with. You get things like smart cruise control, highway drive assist, the dual 12.3-inch infotainment, as well as fully digital gauge cluster. You get the heated front seats, rear USB charging ports, power driver seat, the list goes on. Every Kona for 2024 will get the BlueLink Plus functionality, which is free for the lifetime of your ownership. And you do get the Bose premium audio. Now this one is finished in the Atlas white paint, which is a $450 extra cost color, and it does have a few additional accessories, which brings the total price to $34,420, including all-wheel drive and destination. So take a look on the interior of the Kona N-Line. Like I mentioned, this is the only interior color combination available, black with the red accents. Starting out here on the door panel, you will find the more premium door card available on the Kona found on this trim, as some of the lesser ones have more hard touch materials. But up top, you'll have hard touch plastics. There's going to be soft touch armrests here for the elbow and where you normally rest your arm. Power windows, mirrors, and locks with automatic front two windows and a nice dark gray accented door handle pull with a good amount of lower door storage. Now the Kona N-Line is the first trim level to get the Bose premium audio system as well. This is an 8-speaker design with a subwoofer in the trunk. Coming to the driver's seat, this is going to be a power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar. And once again, the unique N-Line specific interior with red accent stitching, suede materials on the insert, as well as the leatherette bolsters and headrests. And there is going to be a quick look on the dashboard where all the materials continue on as well. So here on the inside of the N-Line, this is going to be very similar feature-wise as that of the other Konas, with just a few unique accents and interior elements for the N-Line in specific. Now in front of the driver, you're going to find the 12.3-inch fully digital and partially configurable gauge cluster that is controlled here on the left side of the steering wheel. This is the upgraded gauges that are found on the SEL Convenience and higher. Cycling through some of the pages, it does have some of your safety systems, your tire pressure, trip information, odometer, all that can be configured. Make sure to check out the full dedicated video I have here on the channel going over the gauges as well as the infotainment system and everything that you can do with them. But this does change with the drive mode select, or you can change it manually. You can see cycling into sport mode. It does change the layout, and you can enable the more kind of traditional tachometer analog look on these gauges if you would like as well through the infotainment. Now coming back to the steering wheel, this is going to be leather wrapped, and this is somewhat N specific as it does have some perforations on the side, red accent stitching, as well as the N logo at the bottom. You still have the stainless steel center with the 4 dots as there's no Hyundai logo on it anymore. On the left side, you have your adaptive cruise control, highway drive assist, as well as lane follow assist controls. On the right side, you have audio multimedia. And on the back side, you do have the paddle shifters finished in the unique N-Line specific dark gray color. Automatic headlights with auto high beam assist. There's your regular wiper stock. The N-Line does also feature the shift-by-wire column gear shifts lever that is the SEL Convenience and higher. So that kind of changes the entire center console design, which we will touch on here in a second. To the left of the steering wheel, you have your gauge dimming, traction control off, hill descent control, electronic parking brake, and this would be the button if you had the limited for the power liftgate. Above that, you have some of your red accents around the vents, a little bit of a cloth insert here to the left of the gauges, and then a textured dashboard. Coming over here to the infotainment system, this is the standard 12.3-inch infotainment display size. However, this one is the upgraded with the built-in navigation, which does support wired and wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. However, it's only limited to wired at the moment until a software update is released over there in the future that will unlock the wireless capability. Again, I have a full dedicated video here on the channel, But overall, it does have the new UI theme across many Hyundai models that we'll be rolling out, and overall looks very nice. Does support Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs. You have Hyundai CarPlay, which is a new feature, and a bunch of other features, so make sure to check that video out if you're interested. Below that, all hard touch buttons for the infotainment, so you have your volume and tune knobs. Shortcut buttons, it does have a dedicated map button, which may or may not be able to be programmed to the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay in the future, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Dual zone automatic climate control, full USB-C data and charge ports throughout the interior, so you can cycle between charge only and data. For this left one, it is kind of color coordinated. There's your 12-volt outlet. Wireless charging for your phone, as well as your Hyundai digital keypad. Heated front seats. There's your all-wheel drive mode selection, as well as the center differential lock if you do option all-wheel drive, which essentially sends power 50-50 front and rear. Automatic vehicle hold. There's your rear backup camera shortcut button. This is the center console with that shift-by-wire gear selection, so it does have the retractable cup holders, so you kind of configure this how you would like in terms of storage and or using them as cup holders. There's the padded soft touch center armrest. And as we know by now, all Konas do have the open center console design. So this part is open in every trim level and has the removable storage lid right there. So there is going to be a little bit less privacy here on the center console of this next generation. We'll have to see if they change that over time. But just note the Kona does have a somewhat open center console. Now coming up top, you do get the black headliner here with the N-Line, which looks very nice. There's your LED vanity illumination. Auto dimming interior rearview mirror, no garage home link, unfortunately. It does have overhead LED lighting, however. And there is the Blue Link passenger airbag sensor, as well as your SOS. And there is the single power sunroof with the power shade, which again, I think is a very cool feature. Not that it's needed, it just is a little bit more premium. Go ahead and open it up for you guys. There you can see it does retract fairly far and is a fairly large opening, so I do appreciate that. Goes up and over the back of the roof line there, and closing it up, it does automatically one-touch close the roof as well as the power shade. So that's a quick look at the front seat of the Kona N-Line. Let's go ahead and take a quick look out back. I'll take a look at the back seat of the Kona N-Line. Most of the materials will fall through from the front. So starting out here on the door panel, you will have the same hard touch upper with the soft touch padded armrest, a little bit of additional bottle storage. There is the same seating surfaces as the front, so the two-tone leather and suede accents. Step and height is going to be very much improved over the previous generation. And there is a quick look at the dashboard. In terms of rear seat amenities, we do get rear AC vents here in the N-Line, 2 USB-C charge ports, and all of the red accents here on the back sides of the seats. You can see the red accent stitching. 1 map net on the passenger side. Seats do fold down 60-40 split, do have a 1-position recline, and there is 2 additional cup holders in the center armrest, which does flip down. If you do want to retract the seats or recline them, just a little bit of additional comfort here in the back seat for longer road trips. But in terms of overall seat room, I have at least 3 inches behind my rough driving position, plenty of footroom down below, and headroom is going to be very good. I would say I have somewhere around 1 to 1.5 inches, so not the most out there, but certainly, like I said, a huge improvement over the previous generation Kona. So let's go ahead and continue out back, take a look at the cargo capacity, and then go ahead and wrap up this video. Now take a look at the cargo capacity. Unfortunately, the N-Line does not include the power liftgate, as that is exclusive to the top limited trim. But behind the second row seats, you'll find a ton of rear cargo space. N-Line does have the fixed type hard privacy cover, which can be stored behind the second row seats if you do wish. On the left side, you do have an LED light, baggage holder, and a little cubby. On the right side, you do have the subwoofer for the 8-speaker Bose premium audio system. You can see the N-Line does come exclusive with the N-Line labeled floor mats. A little bit bizarre that they didn't color coordinate that like they did in some of the past models, but it does say N-Line on the floor mats. There's the 2-level storage floor, which can be lowered just a couple inches for a little bit of additional room. Spare tire, roadside toolkit, and additional storage space down there. So overall, lots of storage space. You can see it does have the 60-40 split folding seats with the smaller side here on the passenger side, but much improved over that of the previous generation. Now finishing up here on the passenger front seat, materials will be the same as the driver's side, and this is going to have a 6-way manual passenger seat, so it does have height adjustment. There's a quick look at the dashboard with some of the red accents. It does have a little storage shelf. And in the glove box, it is going to be damped. It does have LED illumination, and there is some of your owner's literature and stuff like that. So that's a quick look on the interior of the Kona N-Line. Let's go ahead and pop the hood, see what powers this particular vehicle, and then go ahead and wrap up this video. So under the hood of the Kona N-Line, you're gonna find the 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which puts out 190 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque, either through the front wheels only or all four wheels if you do option all-wheel drive. Now the big news for this engine option is that it's now paired to a new 8-speed torque converted automatic transmission. So gone is the 7-speed dual clutch, which this engine was paired to before. And I think the 8-speed is much more refined versus that 7-speed dual clutch, which I actually do have in my personal vehicle. And overall, I think this is a huge improvement if you're looking for the most powerful version of the Kona as it sits. However, MPG and fuel economy did decrease about 2 to 3 MPG in the city as well as the highway versus the previous generation. So that's going to do it for my quick walk around tour here of the all new 2024 Hyundai Kona N-Line. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and or found it helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button below. It really helps out the channel in these videos. Subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to stay tuned and check out additional 2024 Hyundai Kona or just Hyundai content in general, as I have a lot of videos here on the channel. Now, as far as my quick impressions here of the N-Line trim in specific, well, I really do like the exterior styling here on the N-Line. I think it's by far my favorite looking Kona in this new lineup. I'm still not sold on some of the other trims in the overall styling. It is a little bit polarizing for some people out there based on, comments and my own opinion, but I think the paint match trim on the exterior, the more aggressive styling here on the N-Line, and certainly that gloss black spoiler out back certainly make it much better. Although I really do like that top limited for all the features and options it offers for just a little bit more money than this particular vehicle. So it's kind of a trade-off in that regard if you want kind of the sporty exterior styling, which looks better, versus all of the features of that top limited for maybe just about $1,500 or more or so. It's certainly something to consider, but overall, I don't think you can go wrong with any trim of the Kona in general, as it's much more feature packed than the previous generation and certainly offers more features on those cheaper options than it did prior. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below here on the all new generation Kona. Once again, I appreciate the support here on the channel. If you may have checked out the descriptions of some of our recent videos, you may have started seeing an Amazon affiliate link down there. So if you want a free way to support the channel simply by purchasing something on Amazon, simply click that link down in the description, then make your purchase after, and it will give us a small referral bonus. And again, is another way to support the channel in addition to watching these videos. So let me know your thoughts on the all new Kona, specifically here in the N-Line down in the comment section below. And as always, hope to see you guys in the next one.